You've probably heard rumors of TikTok being banned at some point over the previous few years. But ultimately, it didn't happen. Well, surprise. A trio of US lawmakers might be on their way to wipe TikTok completely off our devices. Is TikTok actually gone this time? The Chinese government may use TikTok, which is owned by the internet company ByteDance, to secure users' data for its own purposes, raising concerns about data security, according to these US officials. On December 14 of this year, the Senate approved the proposed bill, making it law and banning TikTok from US government devices. Why then are these American officials taking extra measures to prevent TikTok from setting up shop in the US anytime soon? Apparently, they also worry about the ability of apps like TikTok, which is controlled by China, a foreign foe, to brainwash users. Is it possible that you'll be saying goodbye to the app you spend 4 hours scrolling in one day? And maybe you're also asking, I'm in the US. Will I not be able to download TikTok now? That and your other questions about the US law banning TikTok will be covered in today's video. Hi there, this is International Tech Masters, your reliable source for the latest technology news. Today, we have a new video and we're so excited to hear your thoughts about it. But before that, why don't you click the subscribe and notification bell button to make sure you get notified the next time we post a video. So if you did that, then we can get started. Through unanimous consent, the No TikTok on Government Devices Act is now approved and is being issued by some of the U.S. states like Alabama, Georgia, Idaho, and Utah, joined by 4 other states: Maryland, South Dakota, South Carolina, and Nebraska. But even before the TikTok banning law was passed, there were already relations between TikTok and information security problems. Believe it or not, the US and TikTok were negotiating a possible agreement wherein the company would assist with the nation's national security issues as they continuously provide service to their users there. Why then the sudden turn of things? Senator Marco Rubio, who led the proposal of passing the law, said in a statement that the federal government has yet to take a single meaningful action to protect American users from the threat of TikTok. He continued saying, "There is no more time to waste on meaningless negotiations with a CCP puppet company. It is time to ban Beijing-controlled TikTok for good." In another statement through Twitter by Alabama Governor Kay Ivey, she said, "Protecting Alabamians' right to privacy is a must. And I surely don't take a security threat from China lightly," also stressing China's potential for taking advantage of the data they have. It seems like the real issue about banning TikTok lies within the app's country of origin. China is well known for having a government that strictly enforces the law. By law, all Chinese firms must adhere to all directives issued by the Chinese government. Because of this, nations other than the US have begun to express worry about the widespread use of TikTok since the start of the pandemic. But the US, given its enormous 80 million user base, will no longer be held back from putting into action what were just rumors some time ago. With that, the legislation was passed, and TikTok is now officially banned from US government devices. And it seems like these lawmakers wouldn't also hate the idea of completely banning the app from all devices. So we'll have to see what steps they could be taking soon. But can TikTok actually do that? Can TikTok truly be considered dangerous? After all, it seems to be just an enjoyable app for most people where they can even grow their business and career. But it turns out apps like TikTok collect data from users that may be useful to foreign governments. That's why the US already went ahead and banned the app from the work phones of American soldiers in the US Army and Navy. Some TikTok users have also started to notice how the app makes them scroll through videos for long hours, making them lose track of time. Others have said that opening the app felt like a dopamine-rushing moment, making them feel like they were entering a trance-like state because of the excitement of using the app. These observations have led some to think of TikTok as a brainwashing app because of how it sort of controls them and their time. Now, before we talk further about the possibilities of TikTok brainwashing its users, we'd like to hear your thoughts. If you're a frequent user of the app, do you also share the same thoughts with us? Do you also think that TikTok could be a harmful weapon used by the Chinese government to exploit users' data? Comment down below to let others know what you think too. So now let's talk about the real question here. Could TikTok be used to brainwash its users? As a newspaper article calls it, usage of the app is causing a manipulation problem. The writer of that article says China could weaponize the platform, like tweaking TikTok algorithms to increase exposure to divisive content or adjusting the platform to seed or encourage disinformation campaigns. She then says that while information security is a real threat, the problem with TikTok as a brainwashing tool is that TikTok's real power isn't over our data. It concerns what users view and make. It's over the opaque algorithm that governs what gets seen and what doesn't. One particular instance is the war that Russia is starting. In the same article, the author wrote, TikTok has been thick with videos backing the Russian narrative on the war in Ukraine. As it turns out, TikTok can be used to manipulate people's thinking with the kind of content they're exposed to. And because more people are looking into TikTok, some have started to share their theories regarding the popularity of the app. Even though it was way back in 2016 that the app first started gaining attention, it was only during the few months before the global pandemic that the video app rose to popularity. In turn, some people can't help but notice how TikTok rose to fame at such a convenient time, with millions of people locked in their homes because of a virus that was first discovered in China, which also happens to be where TikTok came from. As it turns out, it wasn't just the US government with other countries were worried about the potential threat that TikTok brings. Some people have started to dig deep into TikTok and then shared their opinions about it. With that, more people have also joined the discussion, giving the issue more public attention. Despite these online discussions, it appears that most TikTok users do not see the same reason for concern that others do. According to Ezra Klein of the New York Times, TikTok's billion users don't think they're looking at a Chinese government propaganda operation. And because each TikTok feed is different, we have no real way of knowing what people are seeing. It would be trivially easy to use it to shape or distort public opinion and to do so quietly, perhaps untraceably. So because people don't yet know how the TikTok algorithm works, it won't be easy to try to get them to think about how TikTok could be brainwashing them. TikTok could be more than just a short-form video app. Even if it seems like a harmless video app meant to be a channel of entertainment, for many people, it wouldn't be easy to rule out the possibility of it being used secretly by the Chinese government to their advantage. Thus, it is normal for governments to start taking action as a precaution. Because of this, we realize we now live in a day where political agendas could interfere with technological creations. At the same time, the kind of technology we have right now is also what helps put into action the many agendas each government has for its own sake. Technology can now be a powerful weapon used by countries to make or destroy connections. So with that said, we must also be responsible users. So what are your final thoughts? Do you agree that some measures must now be taken to protect users from potential brainwashing and information security issues? Or maybe you think that people might be exaggerating a little bit, and that all of these happenings between the countries are purely political. Whatever you think, we'd like to see it in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, why don't you show us some love and hit the like button? And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell too. In turn, we'll notify you the next time we post a video like this.